If I was writing a cookbook, this recipe would definitely be in it. Part 16, whipped feta with roasted carrots, the perfect springtime side dish. You're going to need carrots, salt, pepper, garlic powder, feta, yogurt, oregano, crushed red pepper, garlic cloves, and lemon juice. You're going to begin by preheating your oven to 450 degrees. And while your oven is preheating, you're going to peel your carrots and slice them. I guess the size and the shape that you slice your carrots in is completely personal preference. What I like to do is do nice, long, slender cuts because when you have like the carrot, when it's tapered, the tapered edges, they get a nice little extra crisp on there. But it could work with carrot chips, probably baby carrots too. If I was working with baby carrots, I would want to cut those at least in half, if not quartered, the long way. Once you cut all your carrots, you're going to put them on a baking tray. You're going to drizzle them with olive oil, salt, pepper, and garlic powder. Give them a toss to coat them evenly and spread them out on your baking tray. I wasn't being too precise with spreading them out. You just kind of want them not piled all together in one area. When you roast your vegetables, you want to have them spread out like one layer thick on your baking tray. Otherwise, they steam instead of roast. And I think you always have to roast your vegetables at high heat. I don't know if you can really do it at 350. By default, I always use 450, and I don't mind if it has a little bit extra char on it. You're going to roast your carrots for 15 minutes, and then you're going to take them out, give them a little turn, and then roast them for another 5 to 7 minutes. Just keep checking because every oven does run a little bit different. In a food processor, you're going to combine all your other ingredients to make your whipped feta. You're going to need your feta cheese, yogurt. I used Greek yogurt. You can use either. I think Greek would be preferred though. Garlic cloves that you grate, olive oil, lemon juice. I had like bottled lemon juice. You could definitely use fresh lemon juice, and red pepper and oregano. You're going to pulse it until it's creamy, scraping down the sides, and you can keep tasting to see if you need any extra spices. This whipped feta is nice and tangy, a little bit briny, creamy from the yogurt. It's very flavorful from the oregano and the crushed red pepper. As far as the garlic goes, I put 2 cloves in because I love garlic. But if you just kind of like garlic, I would just put 1 clove in. Raw garlic isn't spicy exactly, but it does have a really pronounced flavor. So just keep that in mind. Keep checking on those carrots, giving them a flip when you need to. And after you've whipped up your feta, you're ready to go. You can serve this dish with a cold feta whip, like you can whip it up and put it in the fridge, take it out cold and put it on your plate, and then put the hot carrots on top. Or you can allow them both to come to room temperature, and you can take your garlic feta whip and spread it on the plate and then put the room temperature carrots on top. I like the contrast of the cold and the warm, but I also love something that you can make ahead and not worry about it too much. This is definitely that side dish recipe. I've made this recipe a bunch of times. It is very popular and people do love it. It's just like a nice way to do side roasted carrots. Carrots are pretty inexpensive, so that's nice. The feta in this, I think is kind of expensive, but I'm also cheap, which is why we had that huge tub of feta to buy in bulk and cut down on the cost. But I think you'll really like it if you try it. After you put the whipped feta on the plate, spread it out so there's like kind of like a nice uniform layer. Put the carrots on top. You can top the carrots with fresh herbs. You can use hot honey. You can use a balsamic reduction and drizzle that on top. There's really EBT, like the everything but the bagel seasoning. That would be really good. There's really a lot of options, which is nice. This dish is really flavorful. It's like kind of like medium inexpensive because of the feta cheese. That's the only thing that's expensive about it. You can make it ahead of time. I don't know if you could freeze it. I always wonder about like freezing stuff. I don't think you really freeze this one. You could make it in bulk, which is really nice. And if you're having like a fancy dinner, it would be a really good addition. And if you try it, I hope you like it as much as we do.